friends, welcome! I am the Overlord, and this is Enter the Gungeon, the game in our Conquest series. So technically, Conquest, Enter the Gungeon. So I'm doing this. I'm just gonna do a run to kind of show off what the game is, because I was talking with a friend the other week, and he was like, yo dog, I'm looking at Enter the Gungeon. It looks like a fun thing, and I like Rogue Legacy, and I'm like, well, my friends, it's an incredible game. So I just kind of wanted to do that to kind of show off the game a little bit. It is a top-down twin-stick shooter, if you're a fan of the genre, or genre, as it's pronounced. And you choose a character like I did at the beginning of this video, and you'll run around and try not to die. And you'll die a ton when you first start the game, because a lot of it has to do with like pattern recognition. Once you know the patterns, guys like that dude, is pretty easy. But if that was the first enemy you encountered when you played the game ever, because these rooms are procedurally generated, so you never know what you're gonna run into, you would have probably taken a ton of damage. This room is very... So far, this floor is pretty tough as far as big enemies, but... Ooh, it's a teleporting one. So that thing just turns into a bullet after sometimes, and it teleported several times to try to juke me out. That's fine. Okay, so we finally got some of the standard enemies. Ooh. And they're so cute. They're little cute bullet dudes. And they make adorable noises, and they try to shoot you. Sometimes they carry AK-47s. Sometimes they carry just junky handguns, like what I have here. And sometimes they're shotgun shells that shoot shotguns. So, very interesting. It's very much a super on-theme kind of aesthetic they go for, which I appreciate quite a bit. And as you can see, a lot of it's kind of learning the enemy attack patterns and kiting the enemies. Some of them later on will kind of predict where you try to go, which is really cool. The AI is pretty good when it comes to this, just how it was designed. But right now, the enemies are fairly basic, and as you noticed, running around behind me, I have a little doggo there, a little corgi. And what he'll do is sometimes he'll dig up an extra item once you clear a room. So that's locked, but there's a special guy behind there. Let's go ahead and see what the chests are. So in each floor, there are two chests. One of them will contain a gun, and the other one will contain either a passive or active item. And depending on the color of the chest, or the grade of the chest, depends on the quality of the item. Brown chests are usually bad, and once you play through the game a few times, you're going to want to kind of ignore them, because they use up a key. And they have the worst grade stuff. Following that are blue chests, which they're pretty okay. I want to open them on floors other than the first floor, just to get something other than your starting gun. See, so that's brown chest. You can destroy chests. Sometimes you'll get an item without using a key, but otherwise you'll just use junk. So you need a key to open every single chest that's like spawned on the level initially. You might find some chests that are unlocked, but you'll definitely need 2 per floor to kind of unlock everything. So that's why I just shot that one and got some junk. Junk doesn't really do much unless you get a special item, but you can sell it. So I'm going to see who's in here. And it's the map completionist guy. So he's a special dude you can find. And then he gives you something if you explore all of the rooms except for the boss room. Which is kind of what you want to do anyway, because that's how you build up gold, and that's how you make sure you find both treasure chests. And he'll give you a random item. Sometimes they're junk, sometimes they're incredibly good. So we might get lucky. Oh. And sometimes the enemies spawn on top of you. Oh! So they don't wait their turn to spawn. Okay. Okay. Oh no. So I've been doing this dodge roll thing, which is a really sweet mechanic of the game. It's important to kind of learn how to use it and when to use it, because it will save your butt plenty of times. it lets you dodge roll through bullets, which is the biggest thing. Okay, so an ammo box and a heart piece appeared. We can't use the heart piece, but that'll stick around. This ammo box, on the other hand, we have to use right away, because otherwise it gets stolen once we leave the room. Like most items. Oh. And there's a key thing. I wanna hit that key thing, because if he'll run around and like try to escape, but if you pop him in time, he drops a key. And that's super good. So I'm just gonna do the crossbow. The hunter character that I chose has the Doggo and also comes with a crossbow as like an alternate starting gun. So it's not too bad. Takes out the gray bullets in one shot. It takes maybe 2 for the shotguns. But a generally efficient way for clearing out rooms, especially because we've gotten a lot of like big room spawns in this run, which is fine. Because it gives us more money and more opportunities for junk, which we'll need to fight the bosses, and you'll probably find out why shortly. But yeah, and you can also see that I'm going to switch back to my sidearm for more shots, because these slimes will just try to run into you, and one did. Sad face. I took damage, but we can always go back and get that heart piece now. Ooh, grappling hook. That is spicy, because we could actually use it to steal items from the shop. That might be, ooh, 35. Will we have enough if we buy the key? Because the items get more expensive the further down you go. So you want to kind of stock up on keys as early as possible. Let's see. So we're still pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and grab that heart piece now, and we're going to continue exploring. I played this a bunch, so that's the boss room. If we go through that door, we'll encounter the boss, as you'll see. We can even unlock a secret extra level by pushing this barrel of water up here into this fireplace and hit a switch behind it. Also, that room is an incredible mess. I do not want to be the one that has to clean up that. Let's go through. Maybe we'll get lucky and Doggo will dig up an item soon. But probably not. Doggo's stingy right now. And I think his name is technically Junior the Second for plot reasons, but I call him Doggo. All dogs are doggos. All dogs are memes. They don't exist in real life. Aha! Aha! So as you can see, Doggo was like digging up there and barked a little bit. So he dug up something, but it's a useless heart piece right now. We might need it after the boss, but hopefully not. Okay, so this is blue chest. We're going to go ahead and open it. And that gave us a passive item, Shotgun Coffee. It increases our move speed, which is pretty handy-dandy. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have enough money to buy the grappling hook, which is a shame because although I'm not very good at like using it strategically, you just kind of use it to steal items. And that's great. So we're going to share the map. And then he gave us a metronome. So the more enemies we kill in a row without switching weapons or taking damage, the stronger our weapons get. And then it resets if you take damage or if you switch weapons manually. If it does it automatically for you, then you're fine, but... Welcome to the boss of level 1. There's actually 3 possible bosses you can encounter. So it's good at mixing it up, especially early game when you fight a lot of encounters and you're going through like the first floor over and over and over again. It's good to like have different challenges. I'm using a crossbow because it's way better than the pistol. And right there I just used an item. As you can see, some of the blue stuff in my HUD went down. Those are called blanks. You can use them to temporarily clear out all the bullets and prevent enemies from shooting more. It's very sudden, but it can save your butt in a pinch. Especially when he uses that attack as I'm trying to, you know, go around him and not get cornered. Because that's especially annoying. Oh, man. Can really be difficult when you're trying to not take any damage. Should be sweet if I could do it just this once. Way easier if you have better guns. Yes! Because if you can beat a boss without taking damage, and yes, that is one of the easiest bosses to do that, you get this thing with the Roman numeral 1 on it, or looks like an eye depending on your perspective. Boop! There we go. Master Chamber. It gives you a whole other heart container. That's super good. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use the teleport thing because that boss actually gave me enough to buy the grappling hook. So now if I want to steal an item, which we might do at a lower floor, there's nothing worth the penalty of stealing at this floor. We can go ahead and do that. And because we opened up the secret area and have 2 extra keys, we can go ahead and plop down here. That big red button is just like if you have to like leave and quit the game, you can kind of temporarily save where you are, so next time you pick it up, you'll just begin again. And there we go. We have the flame hand. It's pretty great. I like it a lot. I don't know how strong it is technically. Ooh, that bullet. Trixie. Doing tricks. Tony Hawk Bullet Pro Skater. But yeah, as you can see, this flame hand also catches enemies on fire, which causes them to take damage over time. We got some health. That's neat. Gonna dodge roll right over that as enemies all over the room are shooting at you. Unfortunately, if they die from fire damage, it doesn't trigger my metronome, which is kind of an anti-synergy, because I want to conserve ammo. Phew, almost got stuck on the door. You'll get stuck on doors a lot and take a lot of damage, especially at the beginning. It's kind of frustrating. Oh! See, so that guy, what he just did, I took damage there, because he predicted where I was moving, and then he just led his shot, which is pretty frickin' clever for AI. So you can tell he's a slightly different looking dude. And this is a gun muncher. This will turn 2 guns that you feed it into 1 gun. But we don't need it yet. This is a special item. We'll come back later. We'll come back later. We'll come back later. For reasons. Definitely reasons. What kind of reasons? Well, that's a mystery. Yeah, so that guy's the guy that kind of leads his shot. We kind of messed him up a little bit, which was good. And here we go. Okay, there's a slime. We'll just fire that. And there's a bat. Oh, I don't like those. Oh, and a sniper. Okay, that. Oh no, the bouncy bullet. Ah. And I got stuck in the door. Oh, I don't even know what's going on. Okay. Okay. That's gonna be hard to recover from. We lost half our life from that. Doggo, if you could dig up a heart container, that would be sweet. But hey, we found a key. Awesome. Yeah, so as you can see down there, I got stuck in the doorway, even though I can't, like, leave the room. That's kind of lame. And then those slime things were, like, tackling me. And then I tried to figure out where I was because I couldn't see myself anymore, and I dodge rolled into a pit. Alright, so we got another gun. This is a shell. It fires shotguns. This is really good anti-boss weapon, but I'll clear a room or 2 with it so you can see. Oh my god! Those shotguns, the purple shotgun shells, like, they also lead their shots, and it's super annoying and hard to deal with. So yeah, that was the, oh, phew. That pattern's kind of hard to dodge with that hoop slime. Yeah, so that was probably not the best room to demonstrate the shell, but you saw it in action. You just kind of shoot a bunch of shotguns, then shoot a bunch of bullets. And in the meantime, I could really use some health. Health would be great. Health would be incredible. And we're gonna run away from this alien shotgun dude. So those purple barrels are oil, and when see, it was hard to see. I didn't even see that grenade. So we were starting off super well, and then I'm just goofing. I'm goofing it up. That's a boss. We'll want to explore the other areas first. We might find some more hearts. But yeah, obviously, fire plus oil ignites the fire. Ignites the oil. Derp. Okay, I wonder if we can skip that room. Because that one, there's nothing there besides traps, and it's kind of tricky. Usually, I end up taking a point of damage there, which is bad. We don't want to do that. I'm going to flip that table to kind of absorb some of the bullets. And wait for him to go poop. Good. To get this Rambo bullet with his submachine gun. And we got a blank. Could have used a heart. And, you know, Doggo. So, oh yeah, the grappling hook. Here we go. That's what it does. Get it before he goes cray. And then get the bat. There we go. Get the little bats. Ooh! Tried to trick me there, but I was expecting it. And also ammo, but no hearts. We could buy heart pieces. Oh, there's not another key, because that we passed the green chest earlier, and that would be a green level, I think a B grade passive or active item, which would be super sweet. We definitely want that, but we can't have it. Oh no! Oh, things are bad. So I'm just gonna go till I can either beat this or die in this run, which it looks like I'm gonna die in the run, but we'll just buy some hearts. You can buy both. It's kind of a waste of money, but I clearly wasn't doing very well, so... Oops. Oh, I ruined my metronome bonus, but I wanted to switch to the shell, because this is actually really good against big bosses. Because all of those shotguns spray all of those other bullets, and all of those other bullets hit the giant blob boss monster. Overlord. The 4-star general. Probably out of 5 stars. So this one, because it's like a secret area, there's no special reward for... for beating it without taking damage. But obviously, we've taken a lot of damage, and we don't want to do that anymore. And I'm kind of out of position, so I'm just going to blank so I don't take damage, even though that's kind of an easy attack to dodge. Because I'm desperately trying not to get cornered by that wall. You kind of want to kite the bosses so they don't just, like, move at you and corner you, because that's bad. Getting cornered is bad. Who would have thought? Pro Skills MLG Ultra Gamer of the Year. 99, 10,000. So I'm gonna blank there because you get your blanks back every floor, or up to 2 anyway. And yeah, we got a key, which is kind of what I was hoping for. We're gonna go ahead, fill up our shotgun with ammo, take the devolver, which is, it's a neat weapon. I'll tell you all about it. Then we are going to unlock this treasure chest. Oh, and it's an airstrike, which is an active item, so it replaces our grappling hook. So, oh, and as soon as we leave, someone's gonna steal it. So this is pretty good. As you can see, that's what it does. But I do want to steal stuff with the grappling hook. And I, like, when in Rome, right? Do as the Romans do and steal stuff with the grappling hook. Because you don't always get an item that allows you to do that. So might as well. We'll come back later. That about wraps it up. We'll continue the next floor in part 2, because we made it through a few levels. So go now, my minions! Be free!